Good morning. Once again in my life, I am hitting the reset button. I've had a bit of a change of circumstance with work, and am starting afresh. Now, I've got several options here. I can go down a bad path, or I can go down a good path. And for me, obviously, I want to go down the good path. My life circumstances are a lot different now to previous times when this sort of things happened. I have a family. I need to be a provider, and I'm on a new journey. It's scary. I'm apprehensive, but I'm looking forward to what could be. Now, I've had a few chats with a few friends, and one of the things I've decided to do is to kind of document in some way what happens on my sort of little journey. So part of that is to do videos. And I might post these, I might not, I haven't decided yet. They might just be for me, they might go towards helping other people maybe, which I've always wanted to help people get better. I'm not the best, but I feel I can draw on a lot of things to help others in different ways. So maybe I will post all of these, and maybe you might be watching this and you get a little bit of help in your own life from it. But one of the things initially that I really do kind of want to focus on is mental health, positivity, trying to push through any boundaries or barriers, I should say, and to try and be the best you can be. And one of the things I want to chat about today is what I feel can be quite a big barrier in the minds of men. So I have another friend who is going through a bit of a tough time, and I was speaking to them yesterday, and one of the things he said that dug deep was that throughout all of this, the one sentence he used that really got me was, he feels like no one cares about him. And this is one of my best friends. I obviously care about him deeply, but this is how he feels. He feels no one cares about him, and I can understand that massively. What I've been going through, sometimes it does feel that way. And I think as men, sometimes there's this notion that we have to be the provider. We have to be the stable one to be able to bring an income into the family, to support the family. Now, I know a lot of people that seems like a bit of an outdated view. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on with women right now who want to have the empowerment, and they necessarily don't think that the standard kind of gender roles are there anymore. So take that with a pinch of salt, because it's been ingrained in men for so long that they are the providers, and it's ingrained in me. Now, my other half makes more money than I do. She's damn good at her job, and there's obviously no resentment there. I don't mind not being the sort of the breadwinner of the family, because she deserves everything she gets. But with my change in circumstance, I can't help but feel a massive sense of letting her down, letting the family down, letting myself down, and it's that I can imagine has caused my friend to spiral and feel the way he's feeling right now. I haven't hit my spiral yet, and I don't know if I will. I might. I basically am currently in a situation where the clock is running. I have a certain amount of time before that clock runs out, and when that clock runs out, if I haven't done certain things, then it's likely I will begin to spiral closer and closer to that clock running out. And I do have people that care for me, but this is apologies, like, I never ever want to offend anyone, but I'm just trying to draw on personal experience here. So there's a few people who know what's going on in my life at the moment, and one of them, a guy, good friend, great guy, no issues whatsoever, when talking to him about this, took the brutal, blunt, black and white, punch to the gut opinion and delivered it to me. Now, at the time, I wasn't 100% ready to hear all of that. So it hit. It was a sucker punch to the gut. Looking back now, it was only a couple of days ago, but looking back at it now, I understand where he was coming from. I get it. And part of me probably did need to hear that at the time, but at the time, I wasn't ready for it. Not at all. So I thought, this is where my brain went, I thought I'd upset him. I thought that I'd done something and he was taking it out on me and things like that. And if, my opinion, my other half was going through something similar, I don't think she would ever get any female deliver that gut punch like he did to me. And I feel like sometimes when something bad goes wrong in your life, if you're a man, it's either your fault, you must have done something wrong. There's not necessarily sympathy. I'm definitely not looking for sympathy, but it's different. And I think that's what is part of what guys, compartmentalize, and they push down, and then when you hit that spiral, all of this comes out. Now, stepping away from as much negativity as I can, because that's not who I want to be. Like I said earlier, I want to be someone who inspires, who generates positivity and can draw out positivity in others. So I need to make sure that I'm as positive and as energetic about everything as I can be. Sometimes that's going to be hard. So I spoke to my other half last night, and we were looking at like a little routine that I can get myself into during this little countdown clock time until circumstances change. And one was, in the morning, I'm going to get up early before her and the baby wake up, and I'm going to go for a run, and I'm going to make a video. So I've done a little run this morning, and now I'm making my video. Now my videos, I've done streaming before, and I want to do it again. I have a really nice setup at home for streaming, but what I want to do and the message around it has changed. So I used to stream video games, not consistently, not professionally at all, but what I want to do now is rejig the main focus of my streams. So for me, it was always an opportunity for me to be able to thought dump, talk, express anything I'm thinking about and stuff like that, and that's the side of things I want to focus on. Playing games was a way to try and get people engaged and have conversations with people, but I never focused on the important things, and that's what I'm missing. So I'm on a journey. If anyone sees this, you've heard me rant for I don't know how long. That's what I want to do. I want to do a stream. I thought about running it like a show where there'd be different segments throughout, but one of the things I want to do in that stream is do a podcast. So a live streamed podcast that I can then like rip the audio, put it onto a podcast playlist. So I'm trying to generate as much material through one means as possible. And my focus for these podcasts, I want to be as much positive mental health related things as possible. I have certain views on the world at the moment that I'd like to express and talk about. I'm going through some stuff, so I want to document my journey, and it would be nice if anyone wanted to join me to join in and experience my journey. Now, in terms of end goal, I keep switching hands because I've got an injury on my rotator cuff at the moment, and I can't really hold my arm up very long. So setup, things like this. At the moment, I'm walking, I'm talking. This is something I call a walkie-talkie. This is what my morning videos will be when I go for my runs. I will have different platforms and different ways of filming and stuff like that. And you're probably listening to this and thinking, right, he's going on a tangent here. And I am, absolutely. This is why I'm not sure if I'll ever post these sort of things, because they're more like a video diary, a video to-do list as such, that I might or might not use. So we'll go with the flow. But my personal journey, okay, initially is going to be one to bring me back into the provider role of the family. Not necessarily earning more than my other half. I don't mean it like I want to overtake her. I mean my fair share. I want to be able to provide my fair share and get that box ticked. That is priority number one. Priority number two, which hopefully is what I can join in to priority number one, is my own mental health, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, and everything like that. So if I can find a way to generate an income whilst being able to do stuff that allows me to talk, thought dump, do these chats, that's going to be very helpful indeed. So I guess if anyone is watching this and has reached this far of the video, my first thing, I guess, which again, sometimes as a guy I've felt it a bit hard to do, but I've never been too proud to do it. So I'm asking for your help. Initially, I have no idea what that means. Ideas, things you would potentially tune into, to watch, to view, to listen to. What would engage you? What is meaningful content for you? That, I guess, is my first question of help. So if anyone's watching this, you have any ideas, let me know. This potentially, if this does go out, this could technically be podcast number one. The journey begins. Obviously, as I go, these little videos will be more structured. They will have more more focus on different topics and content that make it more listenable. Right now, this is just a video of a guy having a walk and having a rant. Not necessarily the best content in the world, not exactly going to go viral, but I'm a guy in a position I don't want to be in, looking for a way out, trying different things. So yeah, if you have any ideas, I would welcome them. But anyway, one thing that I initially need to try and get into a habit of is the I can, I can't challenge. Now, this normally is like a 5-day challenge that you do with primary school kids, but funnily enough, it's quite suitable. So it's the I can, I can't challenge. For 5 days straight, you imagine that you have, for lack of a better description, I guess at this stage, a little angel on your shoulder, okay, who is your number one fan, your absolute biggest cheerleader in the world. And anytime you have an I can't, they convince you to make it an I can. So you have to imagine what this little angel is saying. And I'm about to get attacked by a doggo. Hello. Doggo's gone. You have to imagine that this angel is saying everything you want to hear, everything you need to hear to change that I can't into an I can. So they basically, again, for lack of a better description, they cut through the BS. They tell you what you need to do. They get on your side. They're your motivator, your champion. And what this does, it gets you rejigging the dialogue, because a lot of people's beliefs start off as a thought that create a feeling, and from that feeling they create the belief. So if your thought is, oh, I can't do that, if that's your initial thought, I can't do that, your feeling potentially is going to be, I feel inadequate, I don't feel good enough, I feel down, negative feelings. And that will eventually lead to the belief, I can't do anything, so why bother? And you'll end up spiraling. And that's how the human brain works. You can't just go in and change a belief. You can't just say, no, you need to believe in yourself. You can do everything. No. You need to change the thought. So if someone constantly thinks, oh, I can't do something, and you have this little angel on your shoulder saying, yes, you can. You can do this because of X, Y, and Z. If you do this, you'll get this outcome. You're going to succeed. And you have that cheerleader, then the new thought becomes a new feeling. Maybe I can do that. If I put a bit of time into that, I can do that. If I do this, that's going to give me X outcome, and I'm going to do that. And then eventually, the feelings will get embedded as beliefs. And then the belief will be, I am good enough to try that. I'll give that a shot. You know, I'm successful in other areas. I can do that. I can transfer this to that and be successful. So that is the main takeaway of the I can, I can't challenge. It is the idea in children necessarily to try and stop the development of a negative I can't be successful view. And in adults it works the same way, except we're potentially dealing with a bigger, stronger belief of not being able to do something. So the I can, I can't challenge, 5 days, get that cheerleader on your shoulder, speak on their behalf to yourself as though you were trying to convince your child that they can do something. Okay? Treat it like that. And see how successful you can be in those 5 days. Now, in order to really do that, you have to try and do something that triggers, can I do that? Can I not do that? Thought process. So you are going to have to find something to do. So for me, like this morning, last night, it was I can't do that. It's going to be too cold tomorrow morning. I'm sniffly as it is. No, I can't do it. I'm going to have more time in bed. I want to be warm. There's no point. I'm not going to get anything out of it. Angel comes on board. You can do that. Like, it's a little run. You've done them so many times before. You've smashed runs in the past. It's going to be a doddle. You're going to have done a bit of exercise. You're going to feel great about it. And then you're going to end up where you want to be to do your film. You're going to do your film. You're going to go home before your other half and the baby wakes up, and you already have gone for a run. You've done a video. You've already been successful twice in your day. You've got nothing to lose here. Go for it. That was my angel. So they convinced me I can do it. I have done it. Win-win. So that's just an example. I can, I can't. Challenge, 5 days. Try and do new things. So my other new thing, obviously I've got to put a little bit of a action in place for my main goal. But I want to work towards getting this to a place where I feel maybe I could start streaming again and doing better content creation. So I've got about a 2-page to-do list. I've highlighted what I would like to get done before I start, and it's about a page of to-dos. So instead of just staring at it today, I'm going to look at it and I'm going to try and tick off a couple of those things, because I want to get to a place where I could potentially start doing this towards the end of this week. That's my big I can, I can't, right? All I have to do is dedicate a little bit of time to it. None of the stuff I want to achieve with that to-do list involves money, going anywhere. I can do it all from home. It's all free. It's just me sat down on my laptop doing a little bit of work. So I can do that. I've got my cheerleader on my side, so it's going to be hunky-dory. So I will end the video, but just have that little angel in mind. Try it yourself. If you do watch this and anyone is interested in joining me on this little journey, let me know. What was your I can't that your angel changed into an I can? Alright? Let me know. Have a fantastic, magically amazing day, and potentially I will see you on my next stream here, let you join in on my next podcast, whatever. But have a fantastic day.